Motor Pool. I figured with all the craziness out there, I know I've been busy, all the voting stuff. I figured now it's time to do a little product review. I've been meaning to do this for a while, I've been busy. But today I'm going to do a little product review on valve stem protectors. There's basically three styles out there that I've seen for sale with the vendors. I do have a couple originals that I'm going to show you guys. I have a sample from NV Spares, and then I have my original sample that I got from Joe's Motor Pool. There's a third one out there that's built by a company out of I think it's Netherlands, it's Europe. I see it pop up on a couple of the vendor sites. Those actually are even different than these. So first of all, why is this important? Okay, so it really kind of depends on what your goal is for your Jeep. If you're trying to get a factory restoration or even something close to a good motor pool restoration, then you're probably looking at all the little bits to try to make it as accurate as possible. So let's talk about what the purpose is for these first of all. Okay, so valve stem protector is just that, okay? We can walk over here, look at the tire. I'll show you. So here's one of my original valve stem protectors. I went ahead and screwed it onto the rim so you guys get an idea of what original looks like. As you can see, it sits flat all the way around the rim. It's a little taller in length, and it's made to be able to put a wrench on the lower part of the valve stem protector so that you can gently tighten it up, okay? Now, if you look really, really closely at this original, and it's probably a little hard to see, but you can see some letters, some wording. And the original valve stem protectors were made by a company called Schrader. And there's only one company that made them. Okay, there's not like 3 or 4 different types of valve stem protectors out there. Now, there may be other types of valve stem protectors for aircraft and things like that that have found their ways onto Jeeps. But as far as G503 goes, there's really only one style that is correct for G503. So this is an original Schrader valve stem protector. And if you look, it's pretty wore down, but you can see some evidence of the original Schrader markings on it. So one thing to understand though, when you're looking at these things, is that once you have a good coat of OD green on there, there's no way you're going to be able to read the words on there. So it really doesn't matter if it says Schrader or not, unless you're just a purist and you just want it underneath the paint to say Schrader. So this is an original valve stem protector. I actually got 2 of them. You can see really nice threads on the tip of the valve stem protector. It's a little taller in length, taller and skinnier. And you see how it has the bottom flaring. And then that's where you would put the wrench around the bottom there. A little crescent wrench, whatever, so you could slightly tighten them up. But honestly, you can pretty much hand tighten these on, and they'll never come off. So that's an original, okay? So this is one I got from Joe's Motor Pool a while back. And you can see clearly that the shape is not correct. It's not the same. It's a big, it's kind of a fat, round, half of a ball shape, okay? It does have the flaring on the bottom. One thing I did notice is that I had to pre-tap the holes for all of these before I used them initially, because they wouldn't fit on the valve stem unless I tapped them first. But once I tapped them, they worked fine. Okay, so if your goal is simply to protect your valve stem and keep the valve stem from collapsing inside the rim, then this is perfectly adequate, okay? The shape is not correct. It's not a Schrader. but the weight of the metal is roughly equivalent, and it's fine. Joe's Motor Pool sells these for about $3 a piece. Okay, looking back at the original, so we can always compare to the original, you can see the difference. Okay, this is the original. The one on the right, that's Joe's Motor Pool. Okay. All right, so the one in Europe actually looks similar to this one, but it's even fatter. And it's definitely not the shape of an original. So I will try to post a picture of that just so you guys can see. So this is a set I got from MV Spares. And I haven't tried them on, except I just kind of loosely screwed them onto one of my tires to see if I was going to have to retap the holes. Now these come pre-painted, so does Joe's Motor Pool. Now I have repainted these to the color I preferred, but they both come pre-painted with this darker OD green. Now if you look at these two, okay, here on the right is the original, left is MV Spares. The shape is much closer to the original. So let's compare size here. I won't say identical, but pretty darn close. If it was identical to original, it would be stamped, it would say Schrader on it. It doesn't say Schrader. But with the OD paint on there, you wouldn't be able to see that anyway. Okay. The quality of the steel. I'll put these three in order so you guys can see them. Joe's Motor Pool, MV Spares, my original. Okay. Quality of the steel is about the same. The shape is different from the three, or at least for this one. Joe's Motor Pool, MV Spares, and my original. Okay, so let me give you my conclusion. All right, so I kind of showed you guys what's out there as far as these valve stem protectors. So original, if you can find them, have the Schrader stamp on them. Once you paint them OD green, you're not going to be able to see it anyway. Obviously work great because they're originals. MV Spares makes an excellent replica. Size-wise, it looks identical. Shape-wise, it looks identical. It just doesn't say Schrader on it, which you wouldn't see anyway. Joe's Motor Pool makes one. It's roughly the same steel. It is definitely not the correct shape. And I did have to retap the hole. Interestingly, MV Spares sells them for about the same price. So, if I was going to buy them, I'd buy the MV Spares one. They look correct, and it costs the same amount of money. A set of them will run you about 15 bucks. Pretty cheap. So, really, if you're talking about less than 20 bucks, I would just get what looks correct anyway. Okay, original, MV Spares, Joe's Motor Pool. I didn't review the third kind that's made from a company out of the Netherlands, just because I couldn't get a hold of one. But it doesn't look anything close. But if you're looking for function, all three of these will do the job. They will hold the valve stem out and protect it. Okay? None probably any better than the other ones. If you're looking for aesthetics, correct look, then right now MV Spares is the only one that's really selling one that looks correct. So that's my opinion. That's my review on valve stem protectors. Hope you found this enlightening and maybe helpful for your build. Have a great day.